YouTube has been ruined. Tim Cook can fix your dumb brain, and this forgotten Tumblr post just might change the way you look at dating from the ground up. This is Musical Rants, where we turn unusual topics into sick songs. This video took me over a month to make. I hope you like it. For our first song, let's talk about the state of YouTube. If you're relatively new to AdTube, I mean YouTube, then you might not be aware of this, but people used to make videos without getting paid. What? Back in my day, 2010, when I got started on YouTube, there was no widespread way to earn money from your YouTube videos. People were only doing it because there were attention-starved weirdos and freaks. Not me, of course. No, I was cool. It was those other guys. But the broke YouTuber phase didn't last for long. Soon, people could earn some pocket change through the expanded partner program, and things only escalated from there. But the idea of authenticity and not doing it for the money remained as a core part of what people expected from their YouTubers. I have vivid memories of the big hullabaloo when my friend PewDiePie, the biggest creator on YouTube at the time, decided to hire an editor. How dare someone not edit their own videos? You gotta do everything yourself. This is from the PewDiePie Wikipedia page. During the early portion of his YouTube career, Shellberg did not hire any editor or outside assistants to help with his video output, stating he wanted YouTube to be YouTube. I'm just a guy. It's literally just me. There's not a producer out there. There's no writer. There's no camera guy. Let me know what you think about that PewDiePie impression. I think it's decent. Anyway, and then the way sponsorships in videos went mainstream was also really interesting, with many creators almost feeling the need to apologize or sounding sarcastic during their ads. But everything had this weird ironic, like, yes, I'm selling out, but I'm self-aware, so therefore it's okay type thing. But over time, they slowly transitioned into owning it. Interestingly, it was quite common to clown on BuzzFeed at the time. BuzzFeed had bigger teams, bigger budgets, and to many, something just felt baseline insincere about what they were doing. It was internet videos, but it felt TV-like in a way that at the time felt really uncanny valley and weird. But as YouTubers started earning money and building up their teams, something changed. And you might be realizing where I'm going with this. Nowadays, everyone assumes that most YouTubers are driven by commercial goals, by earning money. It's a lot of people's full-time jobs after all, and if you can't earn any money, how are you going to afford your next Lambo, you know? So, a good creator spends a lot of time optimizing for wide reach, promoting other products, and maximizing overall revenue. And a lot of the time nowadays, creator decisions are not just influenced by what works. The ideas are entirely dictated by it. Perhaps the biggest thing that came with YouTubers starting to earn money is that you could hire people to do the legwork for you. Even if that means you're not actually doing most of the stuff that people assume you did when they're watching the video. As H. Bomber Guy said in his video on plagiarism recently, you can only hand off so much of your work until it stops being yours. Is this approach of making content effective? Yes. Is it authentic? Is the result a piece of art or a product? Definitely a product. So many of the things that people clowned on BuzzFeed for back in the day, creators have just entirely embraced now. People like MrBeast employ hundreds of people, and it's definitely a far cry from PewDiePie saying he's just a guy. The thing is, having a team isn't bad. I think MrBeast makes great videos. And many of the creators back in the day, and even now, are really reliant on other people's work to make their content, like playing a video game that was made by hundreds of people, or watching a TV series or something that was made by a bunch of people. There's really something to be said for making original content, and a lot of the time that means you need a lot of people. But yeah, the scrappy, usually one-person creativity we used to see on YouTube has moved over to TikTok now. Where it does get weird to me, and where I do get nostalgic and sad about what's happened, is when there's a weird cosplaying going on, where you kind of fake it like, oh no, it's me, I am involved with this, even if you're not. And that's what I decided to write this song about. The disconnect between old, pre-money YouTube and current YouTube, where people will do pretty much anything to earn the money. Time for the song. This is song number 1 out of 3 in this video. Let's go.
We used to be misfits, yeah, but now we're businesses. This used to be an escape, now it's a replace, so plan out a fake. I'm happy people make a living their dream, but people make you killing what it used to mean. Now every little thing you see was vetted by a team. We used to be people but became
By the way, I want you to select one song from this video that should be refined and released. There's a link to the poll in the description. For the next song, I wanted to write about something near and dear to my heart, buying stuff in order to fix my life and my brain. It always works. I don't know about you, but when I get exhausted, I try to sleep better, eat better, and just overall examine the psychological reasons why I might be feeling this way. Just kidding. I buy stuff, okay? Because of course, a new gadget is going to reinvigorate my energy and motivation. I was just missing this doodad all along. You know what will make my sleep better? Tracking my sleep and looking at graphs before I go to bed. That's gonna fix it. Jokes aside though, sometimes this approach does help a little. And that's the weirdest part. When I'm tired of filming, for example, it might be fun to buy a lens or some new thing to spice it up and change how I do things. But I know it's treating the symptom and not the cause. It's kind of like having a baby instead of a divorce. Where it does get kind of insane though, is when you start buying things in order to get more productive. I think hyper-focusing on productivity is a bit like hyper-focusing on being happy. The act of thinking about the thing actually takes focus away from the solution. This year, I've spent countless hours on productivity systems and hacks because I really wanted to make more videos this year than I have. I've tried embarrassingly many productivity apps, productivity systems, switching up my music programs for some reason. I bought way too many music plugins that promised to save me time, and even more stuff that I don't even remember anymore because it's so pointless. But at the end of the day, if I could replace all that time researching and optimizing with just doing the work, I would do that. And I would have a lot more results to show for it as well. I know it. Even if I did find the optimal system right now, that it was like, oh, I can use this can to work faster than ever, it could never make up for all the time that I've spent just looking at productivity stuff. It doesn't make any sense. It's like a hobby. I made up a hobby that's about making my work better, that took away from work. So yeah, one of these days, I found myself looking at an iPhone 15 and I really wanted to buy it, thinking it would somehow fix me. Subconsciously, not explicitly, because I'm not stupid. I'm just stupid subconsciously. And I realized in that moment that I had been focusing on the wrong stuff. So this song is kind of an ironic take on all the false promises I made in my head about buying an iPhone and what it was going to do for me. Here it is.
The new iPhone 15. Succeed. If my phone was more snappy, maybe I could be happy. Productive, constructive, not self-destructive. The new iPhone 15. Yeah, it's got USB-C. Brighter screen going at me, maybe I could be happy. Productive, constructive, in control. There's no way that I doom scroll on the iPhone 15.
For the next and final song you can vote for in this video, I found the inspiration from an Instagram reel, also known as a boomer TikTok. This reel consisted of a bunch of anime clips edited together, while a deep British AI voice was reading out some pretty profound stuff. I thought I saved this reel down, but now that I'm filming, I can't find it anymore. But that was just as well, because when I started Googling for it, I found that it was lifted from an old Tumblr post by the user Cherry Twizzler. Here it is. When healing from a person, you will have thoughts like, I love them more than I loved anyone. I never knew I could love someone so much. I'll never love someone that much again. It is important to realize that your ability to love that person didn't come from them. It came from within you. You were always a lover. Already someone who could love deeply. Just because they are gone doesn't mean that goes away. They didn't give you the capacity to love. They just gave you a place to express it. Don't give someone else the credit for how hard you could love. That was you, and it still is. So I set off to write a song just as wholesome and healing as that Tumblr post. And it turned out absolutely awful. I think for me, at this point in my life, something that cheery and healing felt dishonest. I do think there is a healing song to be written about this type of thinking and this Tumblr post, but it's not me at this point in my life. So instead, I ended up writing the song about a person who is aware of this amazing point of view by Cherry Twizzler on Tumblr, but the person is instead too broken to draw any benefit from it. I'm sure some of you guys can relate. So here is the song, What's the Point? Remember to click the link in the description and vote for your favorite. The song with the most votes will get refined and worked on even more and released as a full song. Okay, here it is.
Sitting here, I'm waiting for text that never comes. Trying to tell myself it's for the best, but every little thing I own holds memories of you. I even found some trinkets that you left, but you won't come back for them. And I think you would agree that I was a practice run. You were so special to me. Now it's a memory. They say love comes from you, it doesn't come from them. But I know that I'll never feel the same again. It's all in my head, but my head got messed up. I hope at least you get the life you were dreaming of, 'cause otherwise what is the point? 'Cause otherwise what is the point? I need there to be one.
Hi, I just wanted to thank you for watching all the way to the end of this video. Please let me know what you liked and didn't like about this type of video. I really want you guys to enjoy it a lot. I'm super proud of it, but I'm sure it could be better in a million ways, so let me know. I appreciate you so freaking much, and I'll see you very soon.